Okay, assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back. This is Abdul who is going to take for you chemistry concept of both Form 1 and Form 2. Okay, just understand that. This is where most of the students are actually encountering with a lot of what? A lot of problems. Okay, but I will simplify for you. But this thing is very easy, guys. We are going to talk about today one equations. Okay, and this is very important. It is the bedrock of what? Chemistry concept. Okay? One equations. Under this, we are going to learn different types of reactions, okay? But to start with, we are going to start with what? Reactions of metals with water, okay? Now, as a chemistry student, you must know when metals react with water, what's going to give or what's going to come out as the end product, okay? Or what you're going to get as your end product. Just understand that, guys. Here, the moment we are reacting metals with water, remember we're going to get metal hydroxides and hydrogen gas. Okay? Then for your information, the metals we are talking about here is the likes of what? Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3 of the periodic table, guys. So I'll be reacting metals with water to get what? Metal hydroxide and the corresponding what? Hydrogen gas. So remember, we must write that. We are going to write that in B. That when metals react with water, the end product is always what? Metal hydroxides and hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Okay? The corresponding metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. For example, if you react sodium with water, you're going to get what? Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay? So let's write that in B. Let's say in B. When metals react with water, comma, the end product is metal hydroxide, the end product is metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Understand that. Take your time. That when metals react with water, the end product will be what? The corresponding metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So remember, we are going to write them here. But in Form 2, remember, we will be discussing about chemical balancing, okay? Okay, balancing of chemical equations. Then you're going to write this thing and balance them, don't forget. But the first concept is to know the reactant and the product. Just understand that. So let me take examples, yeah? Let me take examples. Let me say now sodium plus water. Remember, sodium is what? Sodium is metal. Group 1 metals, yeah? Sodium plus water is going to give us what? Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Okay? Look here. Metal hydroxide. Our metal was what? Check the reactant side. Our metal was what? Was metal. Our metal was sodium, yeah? So sodium plus water is what? Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Remember the method we're using now is what? It's sodium. Plus water is going to give us what? Sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas for your information. Let me write another one. We have magnesium plus water. Magnesium plus water, okay? Magnesium plus water is going to give us what? Magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Look at that. Magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Then let me add another one for you. Let me take calcium. We have calcium, which is also group 2. Calcium plus water is going to give us what? It's going to give us calcium hydroxide hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay, plus hydrogen gas. Okay, now on top of that, when we come to know what will be the end product when metals react with water, there's another information we are going to highlight here. We have another information here of which we are expected to give out as a chemistry teachers. Okay, here the end product is what? Metal hydroxides. Okay, remember the metal hydroxides are bases. Okay, so you can confirm whether they are bases or not by using what you normally call the litmus paper. This is a solution. Sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide are basic solutions. Okay. When you place red litmus paper into these kind of solutions, you realize that the red litmus paper turns to blue, indicating that the solution is what? Is basic, or the solution is what? Basis. Okay. It's a basic solution, by the way. Just understand that. So that is the confirmatory test whether this solution is what? Basic or what? Acidic. Okay. When a red litmus paper is placed in either of these solutions, sodium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, you realize that the red litmus paper will turn to blue, indicating that the solution is what? Is basic. Okay. You can also test by dipping a blue litmus paper in the solution. So the blue litmus paper will not change its color, and that indicates that the solution is what? Is basis. Okay. The solution is what? Is basis. Okay. One of the hydrogen gas produced also. There is what we normally call confirmatory test of hydrogen gas. I think it's there in our YouTube. We have talked about that. Hydrogen gas burns explosively. Okay. In air when it's what? When it's pure. That's one confirmatory test. Hydrogen burns explosively, okay, in air when it's pure, by the way. Another confirmatory test of hydrogen gas is that when a burning splint is brought on top of a gas cell containing the hydrogen gas, be very keen at this point. When a burning splint is brought on top of a gas cell containing the hydrogen gas, the burning splint burns with a pop sound, and that indicates that the gas inside the gas cell is what? Is hydrogen gas. Okay, just understand that. Chemistry is a matter of understanding. We are not cramming chemistry, friends. Just understand. Okay, that's how you're going to solve chemistry concept. Okay, that's how you're going to understand. But you must understand it like that because it will help you during examination. You must know what are the reactants and what will be the end product. If you cannot differentiate those two, then may God bless you, my dear. Just understand that. Then remember that when metals react with what? When metals react with water, the end product is what? The end product is always metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Okay? This is the first one, don't forget. So this is A. Okay? We will go to B now. Our B is what? Our B will be reactions of metals with steam. Okay? That will be what we are going to discuss about. Okay? Reactions of metals with steam is what we're going to discuss. Guys, just understand that. Okay? Reactions of metals with steam. So I will change this one to steam. Now, if I may ask, what's the difference between steam and water? Steam is what? Is water in gaseous form or gaseous state. Okay? Water in gaseous state is what we normally call what? Steam. So in the examination, remember water is written like this. Chemically, water is written like this. And the state symbol is what? Is liquid. But when we are talking about steam, it's also written like this. But the state symbol is what? Is gaseous. So steam is what? Is water in gaseous form. Just understand that. Okay? Just understand. Know the difference between steam and water for your information. Remember that when metals react with the steam, the product you're going to get is always metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Okay? When metals react with the steam, the end product is metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Okay? Yes, understand that. Okay, let's write that. In B, let's write that. In B, when metals react with steam, comma, then product is, the end products are, let's say are, the end products are metal oxide and hydrogen gas, okay? Hydrogen gas, okay? Now we are going to say, look here, let's take sodium again. We are going to say sodium plus steam, okay? Then this will give us what? This will give us sodium oxide plus hydrogen gas, okay? Plus what? Plus hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Then let me take also magnesium plus steam. Magnesium plus steam, it's going to give us what? Magnesium oxide plus hydrogen gas, okay? Hydrogen gas. So can you see now, when metals react to the steam, the end product is always what? Metal oxide and hydrogen gas. The end product is always metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Bear in mind that one, please. Because when you'll be learning balancing of chemical equations, you must know what's reacting and the end product. Yes, understand, of course. Just understand that, okay? Let me also add for you what? Let me add for you calcium. Let me add calcium plus steam. So it will be what? Calcium oxide plus hydrogen gas, okay? Plus hydrogen gas. So understand that when metals react to the steam, the end product is what? Metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Just understand that. Okay? The third one, remember this is B. Don't forget that. Not sure please you go through this thing, because we will be talking about balancing of chemical equations. Remember, you must be reflecting this kind of concept of chemistry. Yeah? Just understand that. Okay? I will go to the third one, which is C. Let's see the third one. The third reaction. Okay? Let's see the third reaction. Let us see the third reaction. Okay? Reactions of metals with acid. Reaction of metals with acids, okay? This is what we're going to discuss about. Reactions of metals with acid is what we will be discussing, okay? Remember, the acids we are talking about are those mineral acids, okay? That are manufactured in industries or prepared in laboratories, okay? Chemistry laboratories. Mineral acids, okay, are also called inorganic acids. These are acids that are manufactured in industries or prepared in the laboratory. Just understand that, okay? Remember, when metals react with the acid, the end product again is what? Salt and hydrogen gas, okay? Salt and hydrogen gas. So this is one way of preparing hydrogen gas in the laboratory, and also another way of preparing salts, okay? Preparation of salt. You'll be seeing this from two concepts of chemistry, and we'll be learning salts. So acids react to the metals to produce the corresponding metal, to produce salts and hydrogen gas. So let's try that. Acids, okay, or metals react with acids to produce salt and hydrogen gas. To produce salt and hydrogen gas. Okay? Just understand that. So let me write that. I'm going to say, let me take sodium again. Don't forget that when metals react with acid, the end product is only salt and hydrogen gas. So let me take sodium plus hydrochloric acid. hydrochloric acid. Okay? The end product will be what? The end product will be, then we use this space, sodium chloride. Look at that. Sodium chloride plus hydrogen gas. Plus hydrogen gas, period. So if the acid we are using is hydrochloric acid, we are going to say metal chloride, okay? Like magnesium chloride, calcium chloride, you see now potassium chloride, yes, understand that. But sodium plus hydrochloric acid, the end product is what? Sodium chloride plus hydrogen gas. The end product is sodium chloride plus hydrogen gas. Let me take again magnesium. This time magnesium. So we have magnesium plus sulfuric acid or sulfuric acid. You can also say that. Sulfuric acid or sulfuric acid. You just use. It will give us what? Magnesium sulfate. Okay? Magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate plus magnesium sulfate plus what? Plus hydrogen gas. Okay? Magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Can't you see now? Okay? Let me also check what? Let me take another one. Okay? Let me take calcium with nitric acid. Yeah? Calcium plus nitric acid. Calcium plus nitric acid is going to give us what? Calcium is going to give us calcium nitrate plus hydrogen gas, okay? Plus hydrogen gas. Full stop. Calcium nitrate plus hydrogen gas. Can't you see now? This will also help you in KCSE. Just understand when acids react to the metals, the end product is always salt and hydrogen gas. The end product is always salt and hydrogen gas, okay? The end product is always salt and hydrogen gas. Don't forget that. Okay? Okay, let's go. We will also add the reaction between acids and bases, okay? The reaction between acids and bases, okay? But before we go into that, let us see again the reaction between metals and air, the active part, okay? Oxygen. Metals with air, okay? Metals with the air. In bracket, oxygen. Let's see this one. In the bracket, we have what? We have oxygen. Let's see that. In the bracket, we have oxygen. Remember, when metals burns in air, when metals burns in oxygen, the end product is what? Metal oxide, yeah, is what you're going to get, okay? So, metals react with oxygen. Metals react with oxygen. Let me write that. Metals react with oxygen. To produce metal oxide. To produce metal oxide. Okay? Let me write that. We have sodium again plus oxygen. It's going to give us what? Sodium oxide. Okay? Sodium oxide. Then let's say another one. Magnesium plus oxygen. It's going to give us what? Magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. Just understand. So these metal oxides formed in solution are bases. If you add them to water, they will form a basic solution for your information, guys. With that little, we're going to stop there. Make sure in our next class, make sure you go through this, because in our next class we're going to discuss about chemical balancing, okay? Balancing of chemical equations is what we'll be discussing. So guys, go through this, yeah? Go through this. Don't forget that. Then, inshallah, in our next class we're going to discuss about balancing of chemical equation. Make sure you subscribe and share with your friends and family members. Otherwise, I wish you the best.